Is this the mom uniform at this point? So in today's episode, I want to show you how you can have it all. Yes, you can have elevated style and still have comfort and functionality. And what better place to start than Paris Fashion Week? I get it. It's comfortable and it has some style elements to it. It comes down to that mood, right? It all falls into that same style mood of casual, which when we continually do, it can become boring. Boring, I mean, I hate using that word boring, but it can become redundant and I guess uninspired. And I don't know about you, but I definitely need some inspiration during my everyday. And where better to find that in your own personal outfit? You're basically starting the day with some inspiration. For most people, you know, we think, oh, but I need that comfort and that functionality for my everyday sort of agenda, my everyday tasks. And I get it. Trust me, I really do. Need I not remind you that I am a mom of 3 boys, 2 of which are 3-year-old twins, which is probably what you can hear banging around upstairs right now. They're having fun. That's good. Happy, loud sounds rather than the other. So Paris Fashion Week. Oh, this was a hard one because there are just so many things I could talk about here. So Balmain. Anybody else getting elegant, sophisticated Terminator? No? Just me? Okay. Lanvin. Paddington Bear meets Discovery of Witches meets Great Gatsby. Right? I mean, I'm right. And Dior. I mean, there's just too many references to reference at this point. So let's talk about it. I think let's look at Balmain. It definitely takes you to this place of like, I don't know, like badassery. It's definitely very empowering. It's the shoulders. I mean, strong shoulders, just, it's such a yummy shape to me. I mean, still maybe I'm like biased to it because like I used to be a swimmer, and when I had those really broad, strong swimmer shoulders, like I felt really like badass. I don't know. I'll drop in that I was a swimmer like any chance that I can get. But anyways, I absolutely love like accentuating the shoulders. And I think what's really fun about how Balmain did it is kind of reference to the era of, you know, the men's tailoring coming into the women's wear. So it really is that juxtaposition of masculine and feminine. And I think that's one of my favorite, that's one of my favorite contrasts. All right, so Lanvin, the hat is sort of this piece that transports you and it just takes you somewhere else. It's not even necessarily bringing in a contrast. It's just adding, I'm trying not to say the word romanticize because that's like going to be the final sort of reveal, but I can't not say it here. Like the hat is ultimately romanticizing the, tailoring. It separates it from reality. And I think when you can do that in like a practical, functional way, like Lanvin has here, it's just so transformative and it can transform style in a realistic way because this is functional. That hat is functional. Goodness gracious, someday I will have that hat. So if we're talking about romance, let's talk about Dior. Absolutely, the first word that came to my mind was romance, and ultimately inspired the topic of this episode. I've genuinely changed the topic of this episode after seeing this collection. But what I want to talk about is look 60. And I think look 60 is the perfect example, romanticizing sort of like an everyday look. Because obviously here we've got layered ruffled layer underneath the cropped blazer, paired with, a pretty straightforward classic pair of jeans. I think the idea behind romanticizing is separating yourself from like reality or separating yourself from a certain perspective and allowing for yourself to sort of escape somewhere else. I'll have music on in the background and it'll make me like romanticize my scenario. My little boys will be like playing with Play-Doh and all of a sudden I'm in this like movie scene, classical music on in the background, and it's all of a sudden just making me really like present and noticing their little cute little hands playing with the Play-Doh and that sort of thing. And if you look at all these three designers that I've referenced, that's ultimately what they're doing. They're taking kind of like the practical, everyday sort of things, and then they are, separating that from like the reality, and which then just brings it back to this really beautiful present feeling that then gives you a whole new perspective to something. I'm getting a little deep here. I know. That's what I do. So how do we bottle this up then to translate it into our everyday outfits, into a way that is practical and realistic for our everyday outfits? When I speak to romanticizing something, I'm thinking about changing your perspective on something. Mundane, everyday look, such as this. So how can you disrupt that? Don't think it's that people don't want to look good or look fashionable. I think just most people are tired. Most people just want to be comfortable. They just want something that works for them, that they can easily move throughout their day in. So I think you can have both. So a big thing for me is elevated basics, because then when you want to wear a pair of sweatpants, if you have an elevated pair, it automatically upgrades your outfits. A pair that I actually just recently purchased is a pair from Tibi. And more so than anything, it wasn't really because they were sweatpants. It was more because I'm absolutely obsessed with this silhouette. And I love Tibi as well. And these were like a super accessible price because they're lightweight sweatpants. So I was like, yes, let's jump on that. I still haven't taken off the tag. Actually, they're that new. I'll link these down below because I did just get these. So if you're like in the market for upgrading your sweatpants, these are a great option because they're really high quality, very interesting, not sponsored, not even gifted, just really love Tibi. So, and I love these sweatpants massively. You'll see why. To me, it's bringing in a really like kind of avant-garde emotion or mood. And to me, that's really powerful. That's really like disruptive to your normal mundane sort of sweatpant. So I like that that is taking us out, taking our perspective out of the norm and making us feel a different emotion. Our normal sort of layer with this look would be like maybe another sweatshirt or a sweater or whatever it may be. But I think if you are to be so bold, there are definitely alternatives that can make you feel a little bit more empowered or make you feel a little bit more boss. Because you know what? You are boss. Whoever you are a boss. And so what makes you feel more like a boss than anything else? An oversized blazer. Yeah, that's right. When I discovered the power of an oversized blazer, it upgraded my mom life outfits massively. Because an oversized blazer is quite comfortable. It's very comfortable. And I discovered it can literally be added to anything. Challenge me on this. Add this to anything and you will make it chic. You will make it classic. You will make it elevated. You could add it to pajamas and you'd look fierce. Adding it to something like this that is so soft and cozy and loungy, you're adding some structure, you're adding some shape. I think the romanticizing part of it is, I guess I'm speaking for myself. As a stay-at-home mom, it's like survival mode. But I think what I love about a blazer is it takes me to another place. It reminds me that I am more than just this frumpy, domestic stay-at-home mom. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's so much empowerment in that. And I think that's almost the reality of it. I think that's the biggest thing that we should be kind of embracing, is that there is so much boss energy in being who we are. Now, why can't you wear the power suit? Why can't you wear the power blazer? You disrupt the sort of stigma. You disrupt the cliche. you disrupt that feeling that you are just this.
Slipping into the ground, feeling around the world, chasing ideas, trying to find you.
This look needs more than just sneakers or clogs or Crocs or mules or whatever, you know, more than Birkenstocks. I mean, I love Birkenstocks, but it needs more than that. And what better shoe than the special pair of shoes that you are keeping in the back of your closet for a special occasion? Yeah, why not? When else are you gonna wear them? You know? I know this mama isn't getting out very often, so why not rock them when I'm going to school pickup or going grocery shopping or taking my kids to the doctors? If not then, when? I'm no longer in the era of like pain is beauty. That is docked. You know, I always prioritize comfort. And to me, flats are just a great alternative to this sort of boring mom shoe. They're just as comfortable, yet they add some serious elegance. They are glitz, they are glam, they are red carpet.
Don't wake me to this world, I can't rely. The truth of
So who's with me, friends? Who wants to add a little glitz and glam to our grocery shopping?
from above, outside my body, and I think they are me.